Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. For this video, we will be taking a look at a 2-pack from the Marvel Legends series, the Magneto and Proffesor X from the Fox movie X-Men. This was released last year. I'm only taking a look at it right now because this is the only time that I have been able to get a copy. Not because it's hard to find or anything. This is actually available on retail here on the Philippines. I just wasn't able to go out. Okay, so this is actually on clearance in a lot of stores right now. So since I started with the Fox movie X-Men with Logan and Deadpool, I thought to myself, why not get Proffesor X and Magneto? So the packaging is very reminiscent of the packaging that we had looked at when we had taken a look at the Logan one, the Sando Logan one, the Wolverine in wife beaters, yeah. So that metallic blue on the packaging and the silhouetted illustrations on the side, and also the same silhouetted illustrations on the back. No bio or anything, and it's kind of noisy when I'll close the door. So, and on top is just a simple X. Yeah. Features, yeah. Very big product window, so you could already see what you're getting. You're getting a Magneto in his mutant liberation uniform, and of course we get Proffesor X in a blue suit. This is actually very reminiscent of the Toy Biz Proffesor X, also featuring an older model, what do you call this? An older model, sorry, I keep blanking out, wheelchair. Okay, so enough about the packaging. It says it's 14 up, choking hazards, a lot of small heads there. Magneto has 3 alternate heads. Proffesor X here has only one. I wish they would have included a McAvoy with hair for Proffesor X, but yeah, they did not do that. Anyway, let's open him up and take a look at the figures more closely. Okay, so now we have both of the figures out of their packaging. Slight heads up, if you are going to open this, you have to assemble. There is some assembly required for Proffesor X in here to assemble his wheelchair. Okay, so it comes in 4 pieces. The rod that would be connecting those big wheels, and the 2 wheels are separate, and of course this one. Actually, I think you could break this apart quite easily. So yeah, this figure is really giving me the Toy Biz vibes of the Proffesor X that they released in that one. I think no, it's a darker material, dark gray suit, but it really looks a lot like this one. One thing that's funny about this figure is Proffesor X here, as shown, which is now features the James McAvoy head. He is articulated as much as Mr. Lensher here, Eric. So Fassbender, featuring that head. Like I said, they only gave us one alternate head for Professor X here, and we get the Patrick Stewart one. The older Professor X, it kind of looks like him. So if you are actually building some Star Trek figures, 6-inch scale, using Marvel Legends, now you have a Captain Picard head. The Magneto here comes with 3 alternate heads. We get a unhelmeted Fassbender head. This doesn't actually look like Fassbender that much. Looks like a random. The helmeted head is actually more closer looking to the actor who played him. And a helmeted Ian McKellen head. So you have here, who was this? Gandalf. Gandalf in a Magneto helmet. Of course, Magneto has to wear that helmet because to keep Charles here from controlling him on such. They have different helmets. Fassbender's helmet here is a lot simpler. Kind of looks funky actually. This is not the helmet that he used in. I remember a more stupid looking helmet in First Class. I don't remember. Yeah, something with a big ass magnet icon on the front. Not exactly like this one. And then we have an unhelmeted Ian McKellen head for the older Magneto. Kinda looks like the actor, kinda, but you know those, if you come across people that look like celebrities, that's how the heads are actually. But this one is actually very, very close to Patrick Stewart's likeness. So yeah. So both of them comes with alternate hands as well, an open power hands for Magneto for his right arm, and a closed fist one for his left arm. So you could have them mix and match with the default hands given here. Professor X here is given a lot more hands, 3 hands actually. So we get the usual tapping the temple with 2 fingers hand here, which is a sorry about my camera. The camera is blurry. Tapping the temple with 2 fingers, staple for Professor X figures, so that he can use that psychic power of his, and then he has an open palm to offer you kindness and such. The James McAvoy head, they did not give us a one with a full head of hair. They gave us the bald McAvoy already. Kind of looks like him, like I said. It kind of looks like them, like persons that look like celebrities, but that could pass off as that celebrity, but there's something a bit different. So that's how I look at all these heads. Yeah, the side view is actually better. Since I'm holding Professor X, yeah, his alternate hands is a power, more aggressively open hand, and a holding hand. Holding hand meaning you could have him hold something. Magneto here cannot hold anything. He has those power open arms, open hands, and the closed fist ones. So since we're already holding Professor X here, let us look at his details and his articulation. So, like I said, Professor X here is in a blue suit and dress shoes. He is wearing dress shoes. Articulation is very well articulated for a crippled man. His head is on a ball jointed neck, which is also, I think, on a separate. I'm not really sure, but it looks like it is a separate piece with articulation as well, stuck to his torso. The ball joint allows a bit of emotive motions. Meaning you could there is a slight tilt there, side tilt. I can look down. The hinge allows him to look up and look down, and of course rotate. You could see the hinge there. One thing that I found it weird is that the head, if you could see it closely, the head's skin tone does not match the hand's skin tone. The head is like a matte, has that matte finish, while his hand is oily as fuck. Alright, so the open hand, the kind open palm, open hand, which is like something that take my hand, I'm gonna save you thing, has articulation as well. It can go down, go up, like so. When you have it articulated up, it looks like he is an Italian giving you a piece of his mind. Yeah. But the gesture is like of that of kindness, like he's offering you a hand. Shoulder articulation allows him to lift those shoulders sideways. Kind of looks weird, right? Only up to that point. He has bicep swivel, double jointed elbows for a deeper bend. Articulation at the wrist, so you can rotate those wrists, and yeah, like I said, there's an inward outward movement to that. For his hips, his jacket actually makes him hinders that splitting his splits, so he can only do the splits that much. He can raise his legs that much up. He has a thigh swivel. Actually, this pops really easily. I do not know why. A joke, maybe? I hope not. It has a double jointed knees. Articulation on the ankles allows. Actually, that's basically affixed to that, so there is no rotation there, but you do have ankle tilts, and you could point his toes down and point it up. So yeah, very very nice foot area, foot space there, so you can support him when he is standing. I like it. If I can make him stand, of course. Professor X not supposed to stand, but yeah, you can make him stand. I do not know why they did not include a McAvoy with a full head of hair. Maybe they are planning to give us another Professor X, maybe one with what was he wearing, in a brown tweed suit. then sunglasses, and the junky looking James McAvoy for Professor X. Hi. So he also you could also turn him into Patrick Stewart, the older Professor X, just by switching heads. And actually this body is, I think, more close to Patrick Stewart's Professor X than the James McAvoy Professor X one. Is this James McAvoy? Okay, I'm just using the surname McAvoy one. So you can have him sitting on his wheelchair. Let's put Magneto to the side for a while and take a look at that. At this nice wheelchair that Hasbro has given us. The wheelchair is articulated, can roll. The big wheels can roll, but the smaller ones do not, and they do not even turn, which is good because those are a pain to navigate with if it is rolling. Like I said, there is a minor assembly required for this. You just have to put the wheels on this figure, on the wheelchair. You have just to fix the wheels. Then there are no slots for him, like there is no anything. You just place him there. Nothing to keep him from flying away with sudden stops. So I have Professor X. He comes with different hands, so the kind loving hand, you could change that to this more aggressive hand, like saying stop all this violence, we are more evolved humans. And he also has this holding hand, so if you have like a cup or anything, or if you want to give him a gun, you could put a gun here. So he has a holding hand there, aside from his usual telepathic hands there. Maybe we could give him a weapon. What are weapons here that are available? Oh, I have something here. This is the Uzi from... Yeah, okay. Can hand him a weapon, so if his psychic powers cannot stop you, he now has a... Yeah. Now has an Uzi, so all in all, this is a great. Actually, if you are building civilian figures, this would fit you well. This would also fit well with your Xmen, for your 80s, 70s Xmen. The chair and the body is still very much in line with how Professor X looks in the comics. So even if you do not use this for your movie line, this is actually good for either a civilian figure or your comic book Professor X figure. If you have the other Professor X figures, you could just change the head, and of course the hands, extra hands, the emotive hands, that you could use those. So that's Professor X. Let's take a look at Magneto. Oh, sorry about this. Magneto. Okay, so the standard Magneto that we get out of the box is the Fassbender head, the younger Magneto. He looks chunky, actually. He's wearing that armor. I'm not sure if this is the same armor that Ian McKellen wore in X-Men: The Last Stand. Kind of looks like it, yeah. Especially with the cape. That was more of a dramatic flourish. He was more not overacting. He was more, what do you call? Anyway, The Last Stand was one of the worst X-Men movies. It was not that bad, but compared to the others, it was probably on the lower part of the list of X-Men movies. So, articulation for this figure, head is on a ball joint just like Professor X there. And then it is on a hinge, so it can allow him to look up like so, look down like so. Full rotation 360. He has this cape. You could actually remove the cape if you want. Articulation on the shoulder allows you to raise his shoulder like so, sideways. Joints here are very stiff. And the connection to the articulation is a bit soft. I'm not sure why. There is now I cannot put this part down. I'm not sure why. There we go. Articulation, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. You could rotate his hand on the wrist, and just like Professor X hand, there is a slight articulation there that allows you to move it outward like so. So it looks like he's doing the Darth Vader on you, and then inwards, now doing the claw. The other hand on the right side is a closed fist, so you could just with the same articulation and inward and outward motion as well. For his hips, there is no rotation on his waist. That is stuck solid like this. Professor X actually has rotation on his waist. You can see that. See, he's more well articulated than Magneto here. So you can see that. You can fully rotate that. And there is a bit of a ab crunch there. But that is impeded by this whole semi-plastic rubber thingy. So Magneto, on the other hand, has like a ball joint on his upper torso, which allows a bit of a sideways motion going there. So, and some ab crunch going as well, and a back arch as well. But he does not have any waist rotation. For his hips, you could do the split that much. He has thigh swivels, double jointed knees, a boot cut swivel there, and he's there's no you could rotate actually the feet. Also use that for ankle tilts. So the feet is smaller. One of my pet peeves about my Marvel Legends is some of the figures have very small feet, so the foot space that would support him when you are posing them is limited. Just like Professor X here, you could change his head just by popping off the current head. You could also remove this. Oh, you could affix it actually if you just stick. There you go, so that it doesn't move that much. You just fix that to his back. Good. Yeah, that's there we go. You have choices. Old Magneto head with a better helmet, a younger Magneto head without the helmet, and a older Magneto head without the helmet. So you could just place this one here, and you could have him be Sir Ian McKellen. So yeah, same with his hands. You could change actually. Just pop off those hands, place this one, and replace it with whatever hand you want. So I put both of his power hands, the power grabby hands. So now he looks like he is manipulating the Earth's electromagnetic waves. So if you are like me, starting to collect your Fox movie X-Men figures, hoping we do get a James Marsden Cyclops and a Jean Grey as well. The others are okay. Storm, of course. Most of the big name stars I'm hoping, or I'm actually sure that we'll be getting a figure of. So that would be Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey. Who else was in that movie? Rogue, Anna Paquin. I'm sure we're gonna get an Anna Paquin. Sorry if I'm murdering her name. I do not know how to pronounce her surname. Yeah, I hope we do get those figures so that I can have a representation of them on my shelf. I already have a Logan. I already have Deadpool with a lot of Deadpools actually. So yeah, thank you for watching this Sesgan. I know this is gonna be a short video, but yeah, a lot of accessories and articulation. But mostly, you guys know what a typical Marvel Legends figure can offer you. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please do leave a like, comments, and suggestion down below. And if you are so inclined, please do click on that notification bell so that you know when I'll be uploading other stuff. Thank you for watching, guys, and thank you.